Hi, welcome to Shop Stop. Today we want to talk a little bit about PTO shafts, U-joints, and a transition from standard SAE systems into more metric systems.
So, it used to be we had the SAE system, which is the inch system, and your U-joints would be measured and you'd get an inch unit. But nowadays, with all the PTO shafts coming from Europe, we're transitioning to metric type PTO shafts. And the way you tell those is typically on a metric shaft, it's going to have some type of lobe around it.
Generally, most of our US shafts that we would have would just be square. There's going to be a piece of square tubing, maybe hexagonal or something like that, but the metric ones are either going to be kind of oblong cross section with some lobes on it, or triangular like this with some lobes on it.
Yeah, they'll have some type of odd shape to them typically as compared to the American unit. And then the reason you need to know that is if you ever have to replace your U-joint crosses, then you need to be able to measure them and see what particular size you need, and that's going to be metric. I mean, you can't just round it up nowadays to what you think is what is the SAE standard. You'd have to actually go with a metric unit.
So you need to know what the cross section of the shaft looks like, and that's going to tell you if you have a metric or a standard U-joint, and then you need to measure the U-joint to determine what size it is.
Okay, and when you're doing these U-joints, there's it's kind of like hitches. We have categories of hitches. You also have series of U-joints in ag, and so there's different series. Make sure you have the right series of U-joint for the shaft, for the horsepower needs you're going to require.
So make sure you know what you need when you're going to replace something on your PTO shaft or any shaft that's running a U-joint. That's it this week on Shop Stop. We'll see you next week.